A new book being released by a University of Nebraska professor is taking a look at the life behind Nebraska's most famous author and the woman who helped craft her stories behind the scenes. NTV's Whitney brings us the details.
When it comes to famous Nebraska authors, they don't get much more famous than Willa Cather. A dominant literary force in the early 20th century, Cather even earned a Pulitzer Prize. But new research shows there was another woman behind many of Cather's most famous books, and her relationship with Cather was much closer than is often talked about. Many Nebraskans are familiar with the work of Willa Cather. The Red Cloud native authored many classics like O Pioneers and My Antonia, but there was another woman behind the author who research now shows had just as much input on the classics as Cather.
If you can read the handwriting, it's Edith Lewis. If you can't, it's Willa Cather. Because Willa Cather had truly terrible handwriting.
Homestead is the author of a new book titled The Only Wonderful Things that explores the relationship between Cather and her editor and partner, Edith Lewis. Lewis and Cather lived together for nearly 40 years before Cather passed, and Lewis's writing and notes were found among many previously unpublished documents of Cather's.
This is Lewis keeping a record day by day as they encountered the historical precedents for death comes for the Archbishop.
The documents show Lewis's clear impact on Cather's writing, but her influence on Cather has been sidelined by historians until recently, and Homestead believes it was the nature of their relationship that made historians uncomfortable.
They weren't legally married, but it was like a marriage, and then they were also collaborators in the production of Cather's fiction. There were just a lot of people who I think found it inconvenient, essentially, for Edith Lewis to exist. And they wanted to, from their perspective, protect Cather's reputation.
Homestead hopes the book can help readers look into the other half of the famous author's life, with even the title being inspired by a letter that Cather wrote to Lewis.
The basic idea is, well, if this isn't all just temperatures and science stuff, then we are the only wonderful things because we can wonder. So it's a beautiful statement of the two of us wondering at the beauty of the universe together.
Homestead's book is out now, and for anyone interested, she and other authors will be hosting virtual conversations discussing the book over the next few weeks. And you can find the links to those on our website, nebraska.tv. Reporting here from Lincoln, I'm Whitney.